What's up, everybody? This is Carl from Techful Goodies, and this is a portable monitor by UPERFECT. So I wanted to bring this monitor to you because it is an 18-inch monitor, which is nice because it's a little bit larger than your standard monitor, but it is also a 2K monitor. So that puts the resolution at 2560 by 1600. Typically, when you get a standard cheapo portable monitor, you end up getting something that is full HD, which is just standard 1080p. This takes it up a notch. It's not quite to the 4K level, but it is considered a 2K monitor. So let's go ahead and pull it out, give it a test, give it a try, see how it works, and see if it's something we like. All right, we have the monitor. We also have a series of cables here, which is pretty standard, but always nice. Looks like a power brick and the user manual. Okay, so the power brick obviously is for the same thing I always say every single time I do a monitor review. If you're going to use HDMI, you must add a power source. HDMI doesn't have enough power running through it to supply the power to the monitor itself. So you're going to have to provide that with a separate cable. I'll show you that and give you an example of that. But if you're using just USB-C, you're good to go. One cable and you're set. So they do give you a little wall plug. It is a USB-C wall plug. So that's going to provide your power to your monitor. If you're using the HDMI, you do have the HDMI cable here. Pull these out. So it is a standard HDMI to a mini or micro HDMI. I can never tell the difference, so I would call it mini HDMI. And it looks like you get two USB-C cables. And again, these two USB cables are considered full-featured USB cables. So it means that they're able to pass both a data and a video signal through. You need to make sure that your laptop is also full-featured. And the way to do that is check the specs of your laptop, or if you look at your USB-C port, you'll see a small, either a little lightning symbol or a little D with a P in it. And that will help you know if your laptop is capable of video out through your USB-C port. So monitor itself looks pretty big, and I like that. I mean, I like to have a separate monitor that's not just so dinky. Some of the small ones might be nice for maybe playing some games, but if you want the higher resolution as well as the higher refresh rate, and this is capable of a 144 hertz refresh rate, not only do you get the larger screen, you get the higher resolution and a higher refresh rate. And all that will go really well with any sort of your portable devices. I'm going to show it to you on my Dell tablet because it's capable of having that higher resolution. But here's the monitor itself. It does come with this case already, so you are protected if you're traveling. It is about 2 pounds, so it is a little hefty. 2 pounds isn't that bad, but if you're adding a lot of things to your bag, it could get a little heavy. So in order to use this, you go ahead and just pop open the monitor itself, and it will slot into one of the notches here. Off this. Oh, very loud. All right, so let me go ahead and center this on my top-down camera so that you can see it. I wanted to demonstrate the case and the way that it will stand up if you want it to. There's two different notches here, or you can have it a little higher if you want. And because this is a pretty big monitor, I might go ahead and lay it flat so that you can see it properly. But I think that we'll give it a try sitting like this. So before we do any demos, let's go ahead and just take a look at the monitor itself. Okay, so this case here, I believe, is a magnetic case. Yes, so this part is magnetic across the top here. And when you put it onto your device, it just magnets on there, so you don't have to worry about connecting it in any other way other than just sort of clicking it on. You have two Type-C ports and your micro HDMI out. You also have a rocker button here for all the menu items, as well as a headphone jack. Headphone jack is nice in case you want to go ahead and listen to the sound. I believe it does have speakers. We'll find out. Yep, it does have two speakers on each side. It also has a 75mm VESA mount. So if you wanted to mount this, you can. I believe because the magnet is there, you could use a magnetic mount, but typically I don't trust those. I only use it for the case itself, but if you wanted to mount this next to your other monitor, you can. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I do have my Dell tablet. It is basically a convertible tablet that has an attachable keyboard. I'll leave it folded like this for now. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the Type-C port here. Now what that does is it will go ahead and give power from the tablet itself to the portable monitor. So the monitor now is completely powered by the tablet itself. Now, problem with that is that it's going to end up draining the battery, so you're going to want to at least keep one of these things plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead into here and turn brightness up, because typically they keep the brightness down for the power, but I will turn it up so you can actually see from my top-down camera. I always have a hard time because these top-down cameras really don't give the true visuals for what you're seeing, but you'll at least be able to compare it to the actual tablet itself. All right, so what you're seeing now on the screen is my tablet as well as the portable monitor. So what I will do is go to display settings here. And then what I can tell it to do, instead of duplicate, I want to extend. Now what you'll see is on here, I have this monitor, which is my main monitor, and this monitor, which is the second monitor, which has a higher resolution than what this actually is, which is nice. It gives me a little bit more space to play around with. What I also want to do is go ahead and scroll down here to the advanced display resolution, and it already has selected the 144 hertz, which is nice because now this upper monitor is using that 144 hertz, whereas this monitor here is probably right around 60 hertz. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now show you hooking it up through HDMI using my primary laptop over here. So I'll go ahead and plug this into the micro HDMI port on the side and then plug HDMI. Alrighty, so that's now plugged in, but you're not seeing any sort of signal from the top down here. What I do need to do now is use this, which is the other USB-C cable that they gave us, to plug it in to give it power. So once I plug this into the port number 2 here, all right, so then immediately I'm now getting a picture. Let me go ahead and, since this was plugged into the other port, I have to change the brightness on this also. And because there's 2 or 3 different ports, each one of the settings for the brightness, contrast, etc. will save based on whatever you have plugged in. So I'll go ahead and lay this flat just so you can see. And then on the monitor itself, you actually do see the sound recording software that I'm using. I use Audacity to record sound. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and minimize all this and do the same thing that we did before. Go to display settings, tell it to extend the displays, because now we were getting black bars on top and bottom because of the resolution difference here. This one now is using the higher resolution. So for some of the specs here, the UGame K118 gaming monitor has a screen size of 18 inches, a full capable resolution of 2560 by 1600, which is considered 2K, 144 hertz refresh rate, which is really nice, a 9 millisecond response time. It's obviously an IPS panel. The color gamut is 100% DCI P3. That IPS panel will give you 178 degrees of viewing angle. It has a 1000:1 contrast ratio. And as far as sort of the main features, you have FreeSync technology, which will reduce the screen tearing for smoother gameplay, VESA mount capable, low blue light technology to protect your eyes, flicker-free technology to minimize your eye strain. It does have the dual 8-ohm 1-watt speakers that will give you a little bit of sound. The multiple ports we talked about already, a portable design ready to carry on the go, and a very slim bezel. So I'm going to go ahead and bring over just the browser here, jump over to YouTube. So I just wanted to kind of play a color test here video to kind of show you the brightness of the colors and how this actually looks. To my eye right here, and I'm not sure how well it's picking up on the camera overhead, but this looks very vibrant, very colorful, and I haven't changed any of the settings except for turn the brightness up a little bit to help with the overhead camera. And again, one of the good things about this is it does have that 144 hertz refresh rate, so you are getting kind of that crystal clear motion and visuals on the monitor themselves. So all in all, if you're looking for a little bit of a higher quality portable monitor, this is definitely one you should check out. It has a lot of the features and options that come with a higher end portable monitor. And so in my opinion, you really get what you pay for. If you just want a cheapo monitor, go for it. But if you want to step it up a little bit, UPERFECT is a great brand. I've used their products in the past. Thanks so much to them for sending this over for me to share this with you. I love to be able to share this kind of stuff, that you get to see these things so you can make an informed buying decision. Hope this helped you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button, subscribe. But other than that, this is Carl from Techful Goodies, and I'm out.